Howdy, hello, and welcome back. My name is Sagé Preferred.
And I'm Amber Valentine.
And you're watching the third episode of... So after a very busy Pride season and weeks of separation, we are now reunited to bring all the news. So Amber, how has it been going?
It's been going great.
How has it been going, Amber?
It's been going great. It's been different without me shoved up your
I know it literally. Side note news. I think the last time we saw each other was Pride, Central Island Pride. That was a week and a half ago at this point. But of course, you signed an agreement.
A contract.
It's not a contract. It is an agreement stating that you have to be here every
whatever day that we fill.
We're gonna go with that to do this. But yeah, we are back. And although we are burnt and worn out,
and them allergies be hitting. If y'all see a little mix up on me, if you can find it, you can clock it. But we just don't care tonight.
She's doing her little paper motion. Although we are burnt and because it was very hot and worn out, we must finish the Pride season strong. So with that,
it's time for.
So the YouTube channel started strong for Pride season, starting off with I had Deja Moore on the channel for the preferred few, and that was a little quirky, but Amber and I also started the official start of our preferred choice.
Official, y'all.
Yeah.
You can watch the episode titled Our Preferred Drag Race, where Sagé and I put our favorite queens, which were in the previous video, into a little simulator.
Yeah, and this was a very, very, very quirky video. I'm not gonna lie, I was not doing the video, but you said you watched it and that it was funny towards the end. So Slay Bell Slay, at least it made someone laugh. You were probably
better one than
eating
none.
A lot of cereal that day, and maybe that's why it was funny.
Actually, no, I don't remember what I was doing.
There was no.
Actually, I think I was laying out in the sun at Railroad Park when I was watching it.
But if you've seen the video, you know that there's obviously a continuation of that. So that will be coming July 14th for our preferred choice of our preferred Drag Race episode 2, and then it will start from there with our preferred choice.
Yeah.
And we'll just have videos from now on out. But the newest video on the channel is yet another Becoming episode where I've done this quite a few times. The actual beginning of my YouTube was Becoming a Preferred, which is where I just did my makeup and answered questions and told the audience about my life. However, I've done Becoming Trixie Mattel and then Becoming Mistress of the Will Brooks and now Becoming Dawn. But it was a pretty interesting video. I genuinely was kind of gagged. I goofed and gagged myself. It was not spot on, but it was cute for what it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
but you also have more of like a rounder face too.
Yeah. I feel like out of those three, it definitely places second. I think the Becoming Trixie Mattel was like number one still. I'm not gonna lie.
Not even though Mistress?
I don't think I look like Mistress.
Well, you don't look like Dawn either.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it was second. Trixie Mattel was actually decent.
I can't even say what you look like because we'd probably get censored.
Wow.
And taken down.
But be sure to let me know in the comments of that video who you would like to see me do next. As I mentioned, I have done Trixie and Mistresses of Brooks. I do have a few in mind, but let me know in the comments. Who would you like to see me do?
I literally just thought about it the other day, and now I can't think about it.
Wow.
I literally was like, she would look good as this person.
I thought Jaja Sky.
Which I assumed you were going to do. I was surprised you haven't done her already. But another one that I thought of would be, honestly, Crystal Method.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fun one.
I don't know why I haven't thought about doing that. And it's funny because when I did Dawn's lips, I immediately thought so much of Crystal Method. And it never has come to my mind.
And when it comes out, you need to do Lucky Stars.
But speaking of drag, we've been in drag a lot this Pride season. Like a lot.
Yeah.
And although we have more to come, let's discuss the start of the Pride season, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we immediately started our Pride season in Auburn, where you went to your first Pride on the plane in Auburn, Alabama, and it was my fourth, I think, at this moment.
She's an old.
She's a seasoned girl.
Good.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference between rotten tights and seasoning.
Wow. I just told you we had pride. Anyways, and speaking of rotten tights, we continue with Central Alabama pride. Where my tights did become rotten.
And so did mine. Mine have been washed since then.
And shockingly, last year, I think I made it a huge thing. I'm pretty sure I put, you know what? No, I just realized what I used it for. But last year, we're not going to talk about that on camera. Last year, whenever I went on a stage at Pride, I always check the weather just if I'm doing an outside show, just because I'm not trying to die. And it was 102 degrees last year when I went on. This year was not that hot. I think it was only 91 or something.
I heard the feels like was like 101.
It was
hot.
It was not as hot as last year, but it was definitely hot.
After my number, my eyebrows started sweating, and it was bleeding red.
But,
and I wear brown on my eyebrows.
Not bleeding red. Pride on the Plains, though, was not bad at all. It actually was stormy when we went.
Which kind of kept it cool.
And it was, I remember 2 years ago, I did Pride on the Plains and it rained right when I started performing, which was not fun. The last year it rained right immediately when I got off. I remember getting onto the golf cart, which we're not going to talk about golf carts for Central Alabama Pride because there were none. But right when I got off the golf cart
There was one.
Oh, well, not for us.
There was one.
When I got on the golf cart for Auburn last year, it immediately started raining. And this year I was able to get undressed and then come back out. We watched one performance, I think, and then it started raining. So it was crazy.
Downpour.
It always rains. And even
but it never rains at Central Alabama Pride.
Idol King is the current reigning Mr. No, last MX. Yes. They put it in the group chat that it always rains every year. So they were like warning people, and I was like, you were right. It does always rain every single year.
And it never rains at Central Alabama Pride.
It just stays very, very hot. Yeah. But Pride continued for me in Florence, Alabama, with my first time at Hot Lava Drag with Jacqueline Julian, who we have seen on the channel with the Preferred Few.
Oh yeah, girl, how'd that go?
So it was very, very, very nice. I every time I go into a place that I haven't performed at, I go in very like I'm like, hi, yeah, and I always get there
the
super
customer
early.
Service voice.
Yeah, she clicks. It was a very nice time. Made a lot of moolah, and there are definitely more things to come with that.
Speaking of more things to come, I think it's time to get into what's coming soon.
The next upcoming video for the channel is a celebrating Pride video where Amber and I kind of recorded all of our experiences through Pride on the Plains and Central Alabama Pride and other things such as brunch and all of those things. And we put it into this one incredible big video called Celebrating Pride. And it's a super, super, super quickie video. And I'm super excited.
I'm super excited.
It literally covers everything. And it's not just it's traveling there. It's getting ready at 6 o'clock in the morning to get it done. It's literally everything included, and it's a super quirky video.
I would say I was up getting ready, starting to paint at 9 a.m.
Yeah, I remember Pride on the Plains. You were here that day, and I was waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I was not up. I slept until we had to walk out the door.
Peace out.
And actually, didn't I take a nap in the car too?
Yep. Yeah, you did. It must have been nice. Unfortunately, though, due to editing reasons, the last of our Pride events, which we will get into here in a second, will not be included in the video. That's simply just because the video comes out Sunday. The last bit of Pride events are literally the night before. So unfortunately, with all of those combined, they just won't be included into the video, which is perfectly okay. There's a bunch. And also that's another reason is I'm going to be super, super busy the last weekend. And it's just going to be too much to record.
Yeah.
Way too much.
However, the party doesn't stop with Drag to the Competition Pride Edition.
Hosted by yours truly and co-hosted by Deja Moore. So this is the normal Drag the Competition. However, due to the Pride show, which we're about to get into here in a second, being moved, it is just moved as well, and we're recording it as a Pride edition.
Yeah,
so yeah.
Pride.
There's actually Deja is passing down her reign as a title in a pageant. 7 o'clock that day. I'm judging for that pageant as well, and then you can catch us the night at Drag the Competition.
Yeah. Slay.
And this weekend is actually probably my most busiest weekend of Pride since starting Pride. Although I've had like shows nearly every weekend, this one is a bunch at once.
And this one's a very preferred pride as well.
Yes. So we have the pageant that I just mentioned, Drag the Competition, and then Saturday morning I will be back at Camp Out in Geneva, Alabama for a Pride brunch. So last time we did Newer News, I mentioned having a end of May brunch at Camp Out, and I ended up doing that. It was very, very fun.
Then on Saturday, you can catch an incredible Pride show at Dothan Dance Club featuring myself, of course, and hosted by Sagé.
Yeah, Big O Pride will be the biggest cast of the Preferred show. I believe this is the 7th, the Preferred show, to the date. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be featuring Gina, Florian, Amber as mentioned, Shimmery, Deja Moore, Ember Xerxes, Rim Souza, Johnny Cyrus, and Inspector Gadget.
And if anybody has ever been to one of those or any previous shows, you'd recognize every single one of these people.
Yeah, they all have literally been in the shows. There are a few missing, of course, just because of, bookings didn't line up and so on and so forth. And there's also a few that we want to introduce into the show, but it hasn't happened yet. Yeah. So hopefully stay tuned. Hopefully the Preferred show will have more shows.
Listen, if we have to get in drag and drive all the way down to Dothan, so do you.
Yeah.
Make sure to come out and show your pride June 29th at 11 p.m. at the one and only Dothan Dance Club.
Yeah. And as Pride comes to an end, July is just around the corner, which means I am now accepting bookings. If you would like to see me twirl on a stage near you, you can simply just reach out to me on all my socials at The Only Preferred.
With those exciting shows to come, let's get into the new videos coming to the channel.
Yeah, so as mentioned, the next video on the channel will be celebrating Pride, followed by episode 5 of the Preferred Trivia Show. So obviously, I'm not going to announce the cast because that's what we do here. Yeah. We wait until we have an announcement, until the video is done. However, it has been filmed and the editing process has started, and I can promise you it is very, very
I'm excited to watch this
funny.
One, yeah, especially with the people involved. I get insights on everything because, vice president of the Preferred franchise.
Self-proclaimed. So yeah, the people on or who are on the trivia show, and they're actually, one of them has been on the channel before, the other one has never been on the channel before, which kind of, when we were filming it, I was like, wait, how have you never been on the channel before? But it's a super
drag.
Yeah.
After that exciting new video comes the new episode of The Preferred Few. Do you have any spoilers that you would like to chat about?
So obviously I'm not going to spoil who it is. However, I can say she is a diamond sparkling in the Alabama drag scene, and I'm beyond excited to have her on the channel. I've worked with her like once, and it was literally in passing. And then she was actually one who did the application form for it, and I was like, ooh, slay. Quirky.
Said swish, swish.
So there are actually 2 episodes of The Preferred Few being filmed this week, which is gaggy. I told you, drag don't stop, it continues going. So who knows, you might see some random episodes of The Preferred Few popping up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be completely honest. In August, there is an open slot for a video that I don't have planned yet, and who knows, you might get another Preferred Few.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the whole reason I started the channel, so it might just be a little quirky moment.
Why not? Let's do it. Don't forget, if you're interested in joining the Preferred Few with us, scan this QR code right here to fill out the application today.
Yeah, and definitely get them in while you can, because spots are filling up very, very soon.
Now that we're caught up in things to come in the area, it's time to catch up on the Drag Race loop.
So I'm officially caught up on All Stars 9, officially, and I have some opinions. So let's talk about it. I
have some opinions about how far behind you got on it, but...
So there have been very good episodes, I'm not gonna lie. The challenges have been good. The starting off with the song, incredible. And then immediately going to a ball, I believe, and then Snatch Game, and then we had the reality show, whatever. The makeover with the firemen. That was incredible.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Whenever I was watching it, I kept mentioning and bringing up that it has never been done where they had a makeover and then have to do a song with it. Like, that is insane to me. I think the challenges so far have been great. I'm still not fully interested though because of the badges.
Because it's not an elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It's better than All Star 7. I will say that.
Well,
no, I will say that. I will fully answer the will say that.
When it comes to badges in the season, we have a very interesting lineup of gals who have some and one who doesn't.
And that one is Chanel. So it seems Chanel is the only one that does not have a badge. We have multiple with 3, which is Plastique and Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. Roxy definitely. I saw that coming. Plastique, I did not.
I didn't. And Plastique's really kind of been knocking out of the park the last couple episodes.
And then we have a 3 with 2. We have we have Angie, Angeria, Gottmik, and of course, the gorgeous Georgia.
Yeah.
And this does not really shock me, especially Gottmik and Angeria. I definitely see this. Georges is probably the most shocking, but seeing her coming back and not saying I've always been a fan of Georges. I just did not feel like she was going to do well on this season, just because her drag has simplified a lot since her original season, and she already kind of got red on that originally. But I've been so pleased with Georges, especially in the roast. That was the other challenge I forgot to mention, was the roast. It was the most recent challenge, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was the roast she did. We were literally talking about getting ready. You thought she was going to be in the top.
100%. I thought she was going to be in the top 2.
And then you have Nina with 1 badge, and as mentioned, Chanel with 0. But Chanel is not the only one who has not won money for her charity. We also have Plastique and Nina, who have not won any money for the charity. With those stats up, who do you think is going to snatch the crown?
Angeria or Gottmik.
Really?
I think it's going to be Angeria or Gottmik.
I think it's going to be Gottmik.
My win is on Angeria because Angeria is really up to her game since her season. With 6 episodes out, I'm sure it won't be long before a winner is crowned, and we love a crowned winner. However, some spoilers for season 10 of All Stars have already made their way to the surface.
Yeah, so this is already very gaggy to me. We have I'm going to turn for, excuse my inadequate of stage presence.
Stage, girl. This is staged, all right.
I'm going to turn and read this really quick. We have Acid Betty, Aja, Bosco, Coco Montrese, Diabetti, Deja Sky, funny how we just mentioned her, Denali, Irene Dubois, Morgan McMichaels, Olivia Lux, Peppermint, and Tatiana.
Yeah.
And this list is very ever-changing. I feel like it's changed already 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
But this is an incredible cast.
There's a couple that I'd pluck out of there. But
definitely Coco Montrese could go.
Definitely. I'm excited.
So out of this cast, do you have a number 1 though? That you're like absolutely at the gate rooting for?
Can we do top 4 instead?
Sure.
Okay. In no particular order.
As a top 4.
Aja. Tatiana. Diabetti. Irene, or not Irene, Morgan McMichaels.
That's fair. You look like Morgan McMichaels, so that's completely fair. So I would say Aja. Aja's my number 1. Yeah, I can't wait to
Aja's
see her back.
I can see Aja. I'm rooting for like top 2, top 3 for Aja, but I gotta see where she's at, especially with her newly makeovers.
I'm gonna say Aja, Peppermint, Deja Sky, and Irene Dubois.
Okay, fine. As All Stars 10 goes into filming soon, allegedly, season 17 has just finished filming.
Yeah. So we recently just talked about this on the 2nd episode of Newer News. If you want more information, please go and visit that episode where we
at YouTube.
Get into depth and we talk about who our favorites were or who we want to see in the top 4 for that. So stay on the lookout for those queens returning in your area and some spoilers to come.
With those exciting new seasons to come,
it's time for your exciting new questions.
Don't forget to click the link in both of our bios to ask your questions today.
So your question is, do you like cats or dogs better?
Okay, so this is kind of like a weird question for me because I love dogs better. However, I love cats better. I love dogs better because they're like everything that you need in an animal, like the cuddle, the other person, to where cats can literally take care of themselves.
Oh yeah,
you ain't gotta do nothing. So I like them both equally for different reasons. So your question reads, what's the first thing you take off in drag?
I literally saw those two questions and I was like, what if I pick one and she picks the other one? The first thing I take off when what is the first thing you take off in drag? My wig.
Okay.
I feel like that's pretty, right?
If it was your face, what
lashes.
Okay, yeah.
Which is funny though, because something weird about me, if you know, you know. If I go out of town for a booking, I will not take my lashes off until I get back home. And I think a lot of it's because if I have to stop for gas or if I get stranded, because that's like a big fear of mine is getting stranded.
As a cross-dresser?
Smoking a cigarette, waiting for my ride. Yeah. Biggest fear is I'm going to have no lashes. I'm going to look like a raccoon. So I will lit it no matter how uncomfortable or no matter how watery my eyes are.
Wow, that was shady.
Or poking of the lashes in my eye. I will literally keep that hoe on until I get home.
Literally.
But that's being all talked out. It's time to end the episode. Make sure to follow me on all of my socials at The Only Preferred for brand new looks, brand new stooks. I don't know what that word is. And brand new gigs to come. And make sure if you would like to book me in a gig coming up very soon, book me at any of my socials at The Only Preferred.
Yeah, you can follow me at Amber_V_.
Underscare. It is a scare. Following you will be scared.
And y'all can follow me at Amber_V_Valentine on all social platforms for new videos, new looks, and recently new surface things and confirmed things to come.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for a brand new video on the channel here every single Sunday.
And a brand new news every first and third Wednesday of the month, only here on YouTube.
Until then, stay preferred,
stay full of love,
and always stay
ready for the news.